Hello, welcome to our Automata box project. We are going to be inserting some cams into this Automata box so that we can see what motion the cams create in relationship with their followers. So let's just take a minute to find this project in your Shared With Me folder in OnShape and make sure you copy the workspace so that you can save it in your own classwork folder. So first of all, you are copying your workspace and saving it. Next, let's take a look at the Automata box itself. This is designed to be basically a toy, something that would be kind of fun in terms of watching the movement, seeing perhaps some thematic works of art on each of these followers that are representing something that moves, and turning the crank would be what instigates that movement. So as we kind of take a look at this box, we can see the crank to one side. You can make it move if you right click on your crank revolute and animate it. So believe it or not, as this crank is moving, the axle is also moving. It's hard to tell, but once we get some cams on that axle, we'll actually really see things moving. Let's also take a look at these followers. They are here to basically rest on the cams and move as the cams are rotating, and it'll be interesting to see how different cams offer us different kinds of movement. We have some rulers behind the cams so you can get a sense of how much movement is happening, whether things are moving down or up. You'll really be able to see and even measure what the result is. Let's go ahead and look at inserting some cams. So this project has 4 cams. If you click the insert button, you can choose one of them. I think I'll start with the pair cam, since that was one of the first ones that we made. Going to come back to the rest of them later. Oh, whoops. I didn't green check. There we go. Okay, so we need our cam to, first of all, rotate so that the hole will be parallel to the axle. So let's rotate it up this way, 90 degrees. Did I get 90 degrees? Let me see. Okay, that looks better. And we are going to affix our cams on the axle with a fastened mate, because the cam should not slide around on the axle. It should be steady and sealed to that axle. So let's get a fastened mate. Let's find the center of the hole in the axle. That looks good. And then let's find, if you can find a mate connector on the axle, that's what you're looking for. Like right there, that looks good. And let me go back to my isometric view. So this looks like it is fastened on pretty well. Perfect. The next thing you probably want to do is add an offset so that your cam is directly under one of the followers. I think I'll aim to get this axle under the first follower, the one on the far left. So let me edit my fastened mate. I'm going to include an offset, and guess which direction. You can actually tell if you look at these, the 3 lines here. I can see this blue line is Z, the green line is Y, and I see a faint red line that must be X. So I want to move along this axle, which looks like it's the Z axis. So I'm going to offset on Z. Let me try 1 inch. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm heading in the right direction, but that wasn't quite enough. Oops. Let me edit my fasten mate here. How about instead of 1, we could try 1.5. That's close. We're getting there. Maybe 1.6. 1.65 for me. So you can kind of use your own judgment to try to get your cam just where you want it. And once you're happy, you can accept and think about, now, why doesn't my follower touch my cam? And by the way, one thing that's kind of cool is these followers are fastened with a slider mate so that they can slide up and down as the cam moves. And when you have a slider mate, you can actually slide the piece up and down as well. So I always think that's kind of fun. But in this case, yes, you could slide your follower so that it is resting on your cam. But as the cam moves, the follower is not necessarily going to move. What you really need is a tangent mate. Because once you create this constraint such that the follower and the cam are always going to be tangent, then they will always be touching no matter what height the cam's edge is at. So I'm trying to get to a place where I can find the bottom face of the follower. I think I've just about got it there. And the top face of my cam. I'll get a little closer. I think I've got to go this way. That looks good. Let's try that. I think that'll do it. So this way, this outer face of the cam should be touching the bottom face of the follower, no matter what. So let's go ahead and do some animation. We're going to take a look at using that crank revolute to make the crank spin and hopefully see a result. We should be able to see our pair cam rotating. So crank revolute, I'm going to right click on it and choose animate. Let me go ahead and start animating, and I did see my follower move. Let's see if it moves a little bit more. Yes, it went up and down. And we can see the pair cam moving, which is great. And we can see the follower moving in reaction to the pair cam's movements. That's exactly what we wanted. Awesome. One thing I probably should have done is set my animation to be on loop. That's always a nice thing to try. That way you can animate repeatedly and you won't be changing direction all the time. So as you can see, for much of the time there's no movement on the follower since the pair cam has this large circular bottom. But then once it gets to that peak at the top, we do see a significant movement up and down. So let's go ahead and see what happens when we insert another cam. I've done animating. I want to insert. I'm going to try inserting, how about the heart cam? So first of all, I'm going to stand it up, much as we did with the pair cam. I'm going to we're basically following the same steps that we used with the pair cam. So this should be a little bit of a review. I'm going to use the fastened mate. I'm finding the center of the hole, and as you can see, there are 3 mate points on the hole. I don't think it matters which point you choose, because it's any of them will have you centered on the axle. So I'm just going to choose this one. And here is my axle. I'm clicking on a mate connector. I guess I'd better be ready to add an offset. We saw that the offset was very helpful with our last mate. So let's go ahead and center this cam perhaps under the second follower from the left. Again, I'm going to move along the Z axis. I can see that blue line is right along the axis I need to move on. Let's see how 1 inch does. Yeah, that's a little too much. Okay. How about 0.5? That's not quite enough. Zero 0.6. 0.65. I think that's good. Okay. So I've got my offset. Next, of course, I need my tangent mate. So I have my tangent mate clicked. I'm clicking the bottom face of my follower, and I'm clicking the outer face of my cam. Wonderful. So it looks like these are connected. Let's see, how do they look as I pan over a little bit? Okay, we have the follower touching the edge of the heart a little bit. That's good. And what happens if we start to animate the crank? I kind of like this angle. I'm going to keep the Automata box at this angle. I need my crank revolute. And I will animate in a loop. So I see some motion over the heart cam almost continuously. You can kind of see the way the follower rises and dips according to the relative distance between the follower and the heart's distance from the axle. So as the rotation continues, we see almost constant movement on the heart cam, whereas the pair cam just gives us that little rise and fall once every cycle, once every rotation. So that's pretty interesting. Now that we have worked through inserting 2 cams into your project and we have gotten them animated, I would like you to try adding the other cams on your own and watching them work. Make sure you test the animation and notice what kind of different motion you're getting from different cams. And good luck with the project.